Welcome back. Here we are talking about the pyramid on day 6. The pyramid has sides that lay at an angle, at a slant, and meet here at a vertex at the top. And they have a base that's either a square or a rectangle. And what happens with this formula? This formula becomes kind of complicated because it has this letter here, this B. See, it's a capital B, and it also has this lowercase p here and a p here. So what those stand for is this blue particular region. The big B stands for the area of the base, and the P stands for the perimeter of the base. Now remember, and I'm going to go back all the way. You don't have to. You can just take a look. Go back all the way to here. We know how to find the area and the perimeter of a rectangle or a square. Area is length times width, so L times W, and perimeter is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So we have to rely on this particular shape here to help us with the pyramid. Those two things are part of the equation. So let me scroll back down here. Give me just a moment, and I'll show you what one looks like. Now, what I like to do with them when I see a pyramid, I like to first decide, okay, am I doing volume or am I doing surface area? And then what I like to do is write down the formula. So this is volume, this first one. So the formula is going to be 1/3 times the capital B times the H. Now I know what the H is. The H is this 14. It's the height of the pyramid. So I know I'm going to have a 1/3 times something, whatever that big B is, times 14. So now I have to figure out, okay, what is that B? Well, that is the area. If you look here, that's the area of either the rectangle or the square that the pyramid is sitting on. So in our case, we have a rectangle right here, this area right here. And it looks like this. It's 13 by 6. So our area is going to be the B. And we have to remember, multiply length times width. Now, how do I know that? Remember, I just took you back to the very, very front page of the packet, and I showed you area is length times width. We have to be able to use that formula here. We will not be able to calculate the volume or the surface area without it. So what we can do is we can just put that right here. We can say 13 times 6. That's nice. Or we can calculate that separately. We can go over here to Desmos and say 13 times 6. That's 78. That's the B. Okay, so we can either write it like that or we can write it 1/3 times 78 times 14. And then we can go back into Desmos and type all of that in. 1/3 times 78 times 14 is 364, and that's my volume. And because that is volume, it's going to be cubed. So now if we come down here and we do the surface area, we're still going to need the big B. Okay, that's not going away. And if you go back up here and look at the surface area formula, we're going to need more than just that. We're going to need the L and the P. And remember, the P is the perimeter of that square or rectangle. So I'm going to go write down that formula. Surface area equals L times P plus B. Hopefully I wrote that down right. Oh, I forgot the 1/2. See, got to be careful with those formulas. So I know my L. My L is the 16. But this particular shape down here, right here, is going to give me my B. Now this one is a square. This one is a square. So if one of the sides is 8, then all of the sides are 8. And when I do length times width, I'm going to do 8 times 8, which is 64. So that's going to go here. And then we'll have the 1/2. Our L is 16. But wait, we don't know the perimeter. Now remember, perimeter, we have a formula for 2L plus 2W, which is 2 times 8. But because it's a square, it's also going to be 2 times 8 for the width. So that's 16 plus 16 is 32. Or you could just add up all 4 of those sides, 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8. That will also equal 32. So now I'm going to put this into the Desmos calculator. 1/2 times 16 times 32 plus 64. 1/2 times 16 times 32 plus 64 is 320. So this is probably one of your more complicated formulas. We will definitely do a couple more when we come back to class. Thanks for watching.